How's everybody doing? Welcome to iConnect University on Tuesday. We today are going to be going over one of the features in the platform, in the iConnect platform. I was actually talking to some of the real estate agents here on the Warburton team, and I was asking them like, what type of content do you guys want to see more of? And they mentioned like, we understand that you can stand up and stand out as a real estate agent, but show me like the practical, like show me how to use this in the real world as a real estate agent. And so the iConnect team here, our marketing team, and also just the whole team here, we were putting our heads together and we're like, all right, cool. Well, let's create like these like little like feature episodes where we show not only the feature, but then also the benefits to real estate agents and the customers and showing like the real world application of the app. And so before everybody starts bombarding me with where's the Android version, I believe it came out last week. And yeah, hope you guys are enjoying that. Second thing that we're going to cover is Instagram videos. I was also getting questions about how to post Instagram videos. I don't know. For everybody that's on here right now, go follow our Instagram, iConnect_official, and you'll see the videos that we post on there. I've had questions from a couple agents asking me like, how do you make these videos? We've already done a video regarding the ideas to come up with for these videos. And so today I just wanted to get into like a little of the actually posting the video on Instagram. And so jumping right into it, let me give you guys a scenario. Pretend I am a buyer and I am actually going out and I'm actually at home or I'm at work and I want to view a property. And unfortunately, like, I noticed this happens quite often where the photos and the description doesn't really explain well what the property is. There's maybe no 3D virtual tour. There's no video. There's no none of that. It's just maybe one or two photos that the agent took with their phone and maybe a little, description of like whatever the description is that doesn't really show off that property the way it should be showed off. Me as a buyer, I go into the iConnect app and I look for a real estate agent that is near that property who can virtually show me that property. I want to show you guys that feature today I want to screen share that feature to you all right now. And so I'm just going to pull up my screen real quick. All right. And so I'm just going to move me over real quick. And so, like I mentioned, I'm a buyer. I want to see this property. I am at home and I really don't know too much about this property. I open the iConnect app and what I'm trying to do is connect with a real estate agent who is near that property who can show it to me. And so Jessica, what you guys are seeing on the screen right now, perfect. You guys can see it on the screen. I'm just going to make it full screen. So just going to start it over. So Jessica Delano is the buyer. This is me in this scenario where I'm just sitting on my couch or sitting at home and I'm just looking through properties and I go into the iConnect app because I want to see this property. And so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click Browse Agents and Connect Now. And then once I click that, I'm going to search by city. So sorry, that kind of went by quick. So I'm going to search by area. And then, I'm clicking Browse by Agent Name. And then once I hit Browse by Agent Name, obviously the dashboard for the customer is going to pop up of all the different real estate agents. If the agent is already, if the customer is already subscribed to you, like they're already assigned to you, then your name's going to be in this green bar area. But then I'm going to go ahead and hit the map. And then now all I'm doing is typing in the area where I seen this listing. And now what I'm doing is I'm looking for my real estate agent. As soon as I find the real estate agent, I just click their profile. And then at the top, it says connect here. And this is where, like, mind you, I haven't met this real estate agent before. I just seen that they were close to this property and all I want to see is the property. And so I'm going to go ahead and video call this real estate agent and I'm going to see where they're at. And so now you're going to see a side-by-side view to where now this is what pops up on all of your screens. You're going to get a notification at the top that says customer, the name of the customer is calling you. And as soon as you click this, it takes you into the app, both customer and agent appear on the screen. And what Jenny is doing, Jenny is advising the client. So basically, Jessica is asking, hey, I seen this property and I would like a virtual tour of it. I see it online. There's not really that much good photos. Can you show me the property because I seen that you were about 1.5 miles away from it? Obviously, Jenny, like all of you, are busy real estate agents, and Jenny is explaining to her that, hey, I am actually on my way to go to a showing right now, or I'm on my way to the office or whatever it is, but I highly value being responsive to my buyers, and that's why I picked up the phone for you. And so, could you give me an hour or two to finish up with this family, and then I can come help you? And so that's some of the scripts that I would use personally, and that's what I learned from Andrew. Of course, Jessica is going to say, of course I can. And then what Jenny is going to do is what Andrew instructs you all to do all the time, which is your BAM fam. Anytime you meet a customer, anywhere, open houses, you get a video call like this from the buyer, always look for that next appointment for them. And so what Jenny is now instructing her to do is, hey, while she's on that video call, she's instructing the buyer, go back into your app, go ahead and click select, because she's already on Jenny's profile, the real estate agent's profile. Click schedule a tour, and then click the date and time that we're going to meet. And obviously Jenny's like, hey, what about today? And I believe it's at 6:30 p.m. And so the buyer is going in there and she is putting the date and the time and also the property address, which is going to come up next, of what she of the property that she wants to go see. And Jenny is instructing her through this the whole time while on this video call. And so she's going to input this address. And then Jenny's going to get a notification on her side. And as real estate agents, this is the notification you'll get when your buyer actually, or when the potential buyer actually does the instructions that you instruct them to do. You click accept, and then the notification comes up on the buyer screen of the gray circle. Jenny, again, as a real estate agent, is instructing her to click that gray circle to select agent and assign. And then now it goes to the page of where you can see that real estate agent. And from here, Jenny is explaining to her, hey, you can track me live on this app. And so I know that we are scheduled for 6:30. And then what Jenny is going to say is that, hey, is it okay if, so like when they were scheduling the appointment before that, Jenny would have asked, hey, do you want to meet in person or do you want me to just go there and give you a virtual tour through this video calling feature? And the customer, let's say that, they get off work at 6:30, they're going to be like, hey, I want to meet you there. And so now, after instructing her to schedule the property showing, the customer is going back in and Jenny's telling her, hey, you can live track me all the way. And by the way, you're going to get a notification. This is a new feature alert for everybody. If you follow us on Instagram, you're going to see the new feature that we actually dropped. I believe it was earlier this week. Jenny's going to mention to her, by the way, an hour before, you're going to get a notification to your phone through the app that I'm on the way. Is that okay? And obviously the buyer is going to be like, of course that's okay. And so, and then she's going to say that you can track me all the way up into the meeting. As soon as they meet, Jenny's going to ask them either in person or if it was a virtual call to go ahead and go back into this display of the app and then click complete meeting with a yes, and then obviously give her a review. And so I talk to Jenny often about, not only the app, obviously, but also buying behavior. And she said this happens so much when it comes to buyers not being able to see the information that they want to see on the online portals, whether they're on homes.com, Trulia, whatever. Unfortunately, real estate agents don't take pride in marketing homes aggressively like some of you all do. And they may take just, a couple snapshots with their phone. Matter of fact, I'm actually looking to move over to the Pasadena area. And when I look for apartments, matter of fact, one of the apartments, the real estate agent was taking shots with her phone and the flash was on. And so you couldn't even see from the glare in the mirror in the bathroom, like what was going on with that property. And so what I really wanted to see in that property. And so unfortunately, agents do that, but this is where it's an opportunity for us to get our customers onto the app and show them this feature. And so if anybody has questions about that, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. Let's jump into Instagram videos. I actually want to show you guys, I'm going to screen record again. So obviously everybody on here. If you guys came to the social media marketing day that we had last Wednesday, we were talking a lot about content. We were talking a lot about posting content and basically how to attract your consumers online. Again, one of the things that a real estate agent brought up to me is like, okay, like I have the content ideas, but can you show me how exactly like you're creating the content that you're creating, on the Instagram of iConnect and all the other content that you've created? And it's really simple. Like something that's simple to me, like sometimes other people don't understand. And that's like just like a learning process for me where I'm like, oh wow, it's so simple. You just go in there and click this, and that. And then now you have an edited video. And I did it all through Instagram. I didn't use any external apps like CapCut or none of that. I just edited everything, cover, caption, everything within Instagram. And I just wanted to show you all how to do that. And so I'm going to go onto my phone and I am going to screen share Instagram. I'm actually going to screen share the video that I created because unfortunately Instagram doesn't allow me to record videos while I am streaming to here. And so I'm just going to walk you guys through how to do that. So hold on, let me get onto let me join this meeting. Lainey, can you give me access? It's going to be Cameron Evans mobile. Nice. All right, cool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to share my screen, start broadcasting. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see the broadcasting of my phone.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, I can see it.
Appreciate you, John. Appreciate you, Anthony. Go ahead and get out of there. Okay. And so this is, let me get rid of myself so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm in the iConnect Instagram. And like I said, this is to create videos to attract your clients, the ideal clients. If you guys want to see the content ideas that we went over, obviously you can go to our iConnect University on YouTube to review that video about all the different types of videos that you can create. This is now the actual process of creating the video. And so what I'm going to do, I am going to go through this video for you guys and show you the process of actually creating this video. And so on the Instagram page, you are going to see, so let me pause it. You're going to see at the bottom that plus sign. That plus sign, if you click it, it's then going to take you to it's going to take you to this screen of either choosing a video that you already have stored into your phone, or you can go up to your camera and we're going to select camera for this. And so I'm basically here acting as if I am creating some sort of video for you guys. And that big white button right there, all you do is click it and it will start recording yourself. And so this was me just recording a little intro for myself. And it was literally me saying, my name is Cameron and I'm recording an intro. As soon as you are done recording that, you simply hit the stop button on there. And the stop button, you'll see a little next pop up to the big white button now. And as soon as you hit next, it takes you into Instagram's editing platform, which I think they do a really good job of creating. And as you can see in this, hold on, let me pause it for a second. As you can see in this platform, you have all of your options at the bottom, whether to either click this video and edit it, add another clip to it, add audio to it, add text, you can add captions. There's lots of things that you can add to this video. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I am going to add another clip to this because obviously I just shot my hook. And then I'm going to get into the body of like basically like I'm going to get into the body of like the meat and potatoes of what I'm talking about. And so if I go ahead and hit play, you're going to see me just going through it and I'm cutting by selecting the video. So I select the video and it turns yellow. And then now I just grab the end and I'm just dragging it to where I want the video to start. So I'm just trimming the end and I'm trimming the beginning and I'm trimming the end to my liking. So I go through this and this is where I then want to, so after I trim the end of it, I then want to add another clip to this. So I go ahead and click add clip and it's going to take you back to filming. And so here again, the big white dot, this is where you click the big white dot to start filming yourself again. And so this is where I start talking about, to be honest, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about here. And so, but anyways, this is just me talking about the body. And then the clip pulls up right next to the clip that you already shot, which is super convenient. And so again, I would go in here and just chop up the end, right? So I'm trimming the end of it, go to the beginning of it. Now, what I want to do in this beginning part, I am I am telling people in this beginning part that who I am. So my name's Cameron Evans. And so it'd be cool if I had like a little lower third that just read my name as I said, hey, this is the hook and my name's Cameron Evans. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to add text. Can you guys see that as the fourth option at the bottom? And so I can either click that or I can click the third layer from the top video to where it also says tap to add text. So either one of these adds text to your video. And so I'm going to continue playing that just to show what I actually did. And so now it takes me to adding this text, and you simply write in there. There's multiple options to customize your text. You can animate the text, you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, do as you wish with the text. And so I'm just going to go in here and customize it to where it's top, bottom, and then I'm going to move it. So all you do is literally, as soon as you're done with the text, you simply drag and drop it to where you want in the video, within the video, and then I size it accordingly. And then now do you guys see that purple bar at the bottom? So this bar now acts as the video clip. And the video clip, I can size it accordingly. I can have this for the whole duration of the video. I can do whatever I want with this little text. And so, so what I did, I basically shortened it a little bit so you're gonna see like those yellow, the yellow surrounding around it just to show that I'm gonna be editing it. I positioned it to my liking, and now I'm good to go. And so I just added text to it. And so the next thing, so sorry. Okay, here we go. So the next thing, so now that I'm done with my video, all I'm gonna do is click. Oh, it's covering at the top. Hold on, give me a second. So here we go. Okay, notifications getting in the way. So you see the blue arrow at the top? So as soon as I'm done adding my music, adding my captions, adding my text, I'm gonna click that blue arrow at the top, and then it's gonna take me to now the description and the captions to post this video. And so this is where it takes me. And so I'm gonna pause right here on here. So at the top, you see it gives you a preview of what the cover is. So like keep in mind on Instagram, when people are on Instagram, they're scrolling through the feed. And so I want something on that cover that's going to pop up just to stop the scroll. That's what they call it in like the marketing world, stopping the scroll. And so what I'm going to do is just click that edit cover button. Go ahead and click it. And then within the video, you can select any piece of this video to use as your cover. And so this not only is the cover, as soon as somebody scrolls it, they see the cover and then it goes away and goes straight into the video. But also when somebody goes onto your profile, that's the cover that they see. And so what I do is, so if you could see that little toggle like that, the rectangle at the bottom where it's hovering over the timeline of the video, all I'm doing is looking for the correct place to put my cover for this video. And then as you can see on the right-hand side, there's profile grid. And so when people are in the search on their Instagram, this is what they're going to see. If your video is like going viral and it's getting lots of engagement and it organically shows up in somebody's search, that's how it's going to show up. And so I can control how it shows up when somebody is searching that as well. Anthony, yes, you have a question?
Yeah, just I don't know if it was just you were just showing us or not, but what was the reason why you wanted to do two clips? Was it for something specific, or was just an example only?
You said what was the reason for showing you like this whole process?
No, for doing like you added a second clip, right?
Oh yes. Okay.
Like two
So
clips.
yeah. So this is like a whole video. So like so actually let me like scroll back to it. Really good question, Anthony. So what I did was, so both of those clips are basically what they call in like the video editing world, it's like a cut. And so like that first clip is me just introducing myself. And so I'm like, hey, my name's Cameron, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And then I'm going to add a second clip to that. And so it's going to cut to now this clip. And so like, say like the second clip is like, hey, you know, I want to invite everybody out to ICU and da 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 da. And so like the reason why I clip it up like this is because when I have my script, this is how I'm reading my script. And I don't have to like memorize my whole script. I just do one line at a time and then I clip it. And so I'm just going back and forth from inputting a video into the timeline to then going back to adding a clip. And then I'm recording myself for the next piece of this video. Does that make sense?
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so like, because I know some people, they try to like, record the whole thing and they're like messing up through it and they're doing like a ton of takes. What I like to do, I just like to keep it simple for myself and keep it really quick because obviously people's attention span is pretty small today. And so I like to keep the cuts quick. And so the cut acts like as, if you will, like an engagement factor. And so now it's just going to cut to the next scene. And
Okay.
so,
And it's
yeah.
easier for you to edit the whole thing in of itself too as well.
Exactly,
Or
exactly,
not have to edit the whole thing in that case.
exactly,
Uh-huh.
exactly,
I get it.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Got it.
so, John, what's your question?
Uh, excuse me, my question is maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Do you suggest posting these as a reel or on our profile? I know reels go to our profile. I
Yep.
seem to get more organic reach with reels than
A
I
hundred
do
percent.
my
Yep.
posts.
100%. And so, great question, John. So yes, so I would recommend Reels right now, just because organically, and I can go in here and show you after the tutorial. Actually, you know what, John? I'm gonna write that question down. Let me finish the tutorial real quick, and then that's the first question I'm gonna get to. And so, hold on, let me just question Reels or normal post. Okay, cool. So let me just finish the tutorial real quick, and there's only like a couple pieces left. So as soon as you're satisfied with the video, we're gonna go back into creating the edit cover. We're gonna edit the cover by scrolling along the timeline to figure out which cover we want. And then I always click on profile grid just to see how it shows up on somebody's search feed. And then now it takes me back. So as soon as sorry. So at the top right-hand corner, you're going to see done. So you literally just click done. And then it takes you right back to where you can input the captions. So on this captions part, I mean, I don't think that this needs a class or anything, but what's called my captions, I always like put like some sort of like, let me see. I'm trying to come up with one off the top of my head. But when it comes to my captions, I always like treat this as like a movie trailer, right? And so like the movie trailer, the caption, like whatever the title of this video that somebody's about to watch, that's the way to do captions. And so for this one, I think I just input like Cameron's introducing himself. Oh, I did. Yeah. It's Cameron example video, and then I go into hashtags. And so whatever the hashtags are for you all, so it would be if you're creating a video about being an iCONNECT agent that's on demand, I would do iCONNECT, future real estate, right agent right now, real estate, and then maybe your area. I would do some hashtags with your area as well. And so, but yeah, so I'm in here just inputting the hashtags that I want to put in here. And then so now all of these options in here, tagging a person. This works phenomenally well. If you are so like when it comes to, again, like if you guys haven't seen our idea content video, the content ideas for real estate agents video, go onto our YouTube account and you're going to find it in there. But when it comes to tagging people, this is like a little trick that I learned that I actually know a team in the Chino Hills area does very, very well. What they do is they go to restaurants, and when they're at the restaurant, they're taking videos or pictures of where they're at, and then they're tagging the restaurant. And so, because what happens is on the restaurant side, they see that. And then sometimes if you have a good relationship with the restaurant, and it's not like one of those chains, it's like a local restaurant where sometimes the owner is there, rub shoulders with the owner and be like, hey, who's running your social media? Tell them to share my video. And so like think about what's going on there. The restaurant that has 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 local people who are following them is reposting your video of the real estate agent at the restaurant onto their account. And so now what you're doing is you're leveraging the shoulders of giants who have followings of the locals that you all want as well. And that's how you get some free publicity, if you will. And so, but that's what the tag people is there for. You simply click it, you can put whatever tag that you put whatever person in there, restaurant name, whatever the account name is. We don't sell products, and so I skipped that. I haven't played around with the links yet, so I would skip that. The audience obviously is going out to everybody. The profile display we already did in the cover. The renaming the audio, leave that alone. Sometimes depending on where you're at, if you're creating videos, like I said, at the restaurant, or if you're at a specific house, putting the location in there helps as well when it comes to just getting that video out to the people in that same location. I don't use any of the AI as the reminder. I believe this is a reminder for you to post it. Instagram allows you to schedule these posts. And so I can film whatever I need to film today. I know some content creators, they spend like one day out of the week creating all their content. So they batch all their content up, and then they go out and then they go into here and they schedule all of those pieces of content for the rest of the week, which is very smart, great use of time. Add fundraiser, obviously, there's no fundraiser attached to it. Share to Facebook. I keep that on for ourselves for iCONNECT, just because it's killing two birds with one stone. As soon as I post to Instagram, it's also posting to my Facebook as a reel as well. In order to do that, you have to go into your settings, and I could probably show you guys that another day. And then let's see what else is left. I believe that's it. Yeah. So the two things that you could do here is either save it as a draft. So say you film yourself at your house, and then you're like, hey, going back to Anthony's question, I clip that, I save it, and then I go to the property to actually film the rest of the video. How you would do that is you go ahead and click that save draft button at the bottom. So obviously sharing is just going to share it to your platform. And so to save as a draft, you click that button there at the bottom, the save draft. And then it is going to take you to, it just says it saves draft. And so it saved it to your drafts now. And so let's say you closed Instagram and you're going to the property, you go show property, whatever it is, whatever the situation is, and you go back into your Instagram homepage, you go back to that plus button at the bottom. And then do you see that the second option beside camera, and it says drafts? That's where all your drafts are stored. And so that's where you would go in there. I can name this draft. As soon as I click it, it takes me right back to what I did prior to me creating the draft. And so it takes me right back to here. And so now there is a button at the top where it says edit. You can go into edit and add more clips to the video, add more text to the video, whatever you want to do. Go crazy, be as creative as you like. And so now, any questions that anybody has, feel free to throw them in. John, regarding the reels, yes. So I would go, I like posting reels just because they're short, straight to the point. And right now, I stole this phrase from, I don't know if any of you out there know Gary Vee. I stole this phrase from him. But what's happening is a lot of the platforms are following TikTok's algorithm, if you will. I hate using that word, but they're following their algorithm in a way that they're not, and this is actually what the CEO said as well, they're not really favoring followings anymore. It's more about quality content. It's not to say that your following isn't important. It is, right? Because it's just like YouTube, you want subscribers. But at the same time, what Instagram, the platform, cares about, and what Facebook cares about, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, what all these people care about is people sharing authentic content. And so the reason why I bring this up, John, is because when you ask, like, do you post it as a normal post or do you post it as a reel? I've noticed that I get a lot more engagement with reels as well, just because what it's doing is Instagram is taking that reel and then they're sharing it to everybody that they think would watch that reel. And so it's popping up in some of the feeds. So just like TikTok does, TikTok suggests, based on your interest, new creators that you would want to consume. And so Instagram followed suit, Facebook followed suit. It's no longer about just the followers that I'm following as a consumer of the content. Now it's about the interest of like whatever I'm interested in, that's what's going to show. If I'm interested in basketball clips, it's going to show me basketball clips from a ton of different creators. And whoever has the best content that I'm going to most engage with, Instagram is going to continue showing that type of content to me. And so, John, yes, I would highly encourage when it comes to posting, I would highly encourage doing Reels just because you get really good engagement with Reels. Does anybody else have any other question? Lainey, did you see anybody like in the chat, like any questions that anybody else had?
No, no questions in chat.
Nice. Well, I hope that was valuable for you guys. Again, like I always try to encourage and influence you guys to send me your questions just because the more I learn from you guys, the more this is what happens when you guys give me the questions that you have based on the I want to say the challenges that you deal with when it comes to marketing, when it comes to lead gen, when it comes to whatever. When you guys give me those questions, we literally come into our lab and we figure out the answers to the questions if we don't have them figured out already. And then what we do, once we find that it's working, we just come back on here and we're like, hey, all right, cool. You want to learn about whatever it is, video content, video ideas, editing the content, posting the content, whatever it is, scripts to talk to consumers through the iCONNECT app, whatever challenges that you all are running into, we want to be the platform that you all can lean on to get answers to those questions to unlock progress for all of you. And so I appreciate every single one of you being on. Courtney, Michelle, James Cottrell. There's multiple Jameses on here. What's it called? John, I really appreciate you guys coming on here.